wanna see my cars on flatbed. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack dead. Niggas selling super sour bionic glue, and got Superman powers when I'm stressed new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Niggas in the hood wanna see my cars on flatbed. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack dead. Niggas selling super sour bionic glue, and got Superman powers when I'm stressed new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga.
Greetings. Greetings, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Front Line Blacc News. This is season 3, episode 5, part 2 of the Front Line Blacc News. And I'm your host, Chan Crewman. I'm joined with my other host, Lady Che. Way to the people, Lady Che. And we are joined with our West Coast correspondent, Shabaka Sankoria, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, which I'm the co-executive producer, Ron, and co-host Sub, and our political prisoner in the Colorado State Mental Hospital, Ramel Understanding. Greetings.
Hey, greetings to y'all. All right, how y'all doing? Greetings from Las Vegas, Nevada out here. The heat is starting to creep up out here a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'm just laid back, taking it easy. And we did prepare our show for Tuesday, coming up on May the 9th, 6 p.m. In the Pacific, 9 p.m. in the East. And we're going to be discussing the California reparations hearings that they had at Mills College in Oakland, California. Brother Paris was definitely able to get on there when they had the telephone calls. You know, he made a very, very valid point. But for some odd reason, them no good bastards didn't want to hear what I had to say. Okay, but it's all cool, because I'm going to say what that they should have heard me say up there on the podcast there, you know, coming up this Tuesday. And go to Blog Talk Radio, subscribe, and build a profile so you can follow us. You can follow us on our like page at Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook. You could follow us on the Tweety Bird at Shabaka Capital EXP. And also, too, ladies and gentlemen, when you call in to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhance at 516-418-5996, be sure to include that phone number into your cell phone plan so you will not be charged for the call. Is because, they hate the truth of what we speak. So, once again, it's just another hurdle of prepackaged bullshit that they want to put out there. So, the truth cannot get out. But however, they want you all to believe in fantasy, and then it's no good bastard who they crowned as the King of England or Charles III, and then pilferated no good colonizers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just wondering how many black folks around the world are eating that bullshit up. Fuck that motherfucker and his raggedy bitch.
Yeah, we concur. So hold on. So I gotta finish the intro.
Yes.
So
Yes.
on this season 3, episode 5, part 2 of the Front Line Blacc News, we will continue where we left off in part 1 by discussing illegal immigrant shoots family in Cleveland, Texas last week and goes on the run, found in Mexico, hiding in a blanket or hiding in a closet under a blanket. Demoncrats, Democrats are still waiting on you bias supporters. Call into Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. The Democrats, or the Democrats as we call them, are back fear-mongering us for the 2024 presidential election. They're going to touch on that. Another mass shooting in Texas. What is up with Texas, y'all?
It's open carry state.
Yeah.
Bunch of yahoos down there and cowboys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember the Alamo. Another.
Yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
In Texas yesterday at a mall just outside of Allen, Texas. And it's my understanding it was a legal immigrant that did that too. And he's a white passing immigrant. And
Puerto Rican from what it looked like on the flag.
Yeah, he looked like he Puerto Rican, but that's not what he's identifying as. Because I was just watching the and they had his statistics up and said that he was white. So much for your black and brown coalition.
Okay, well, as we know, in the great state of Texas, which was a slave state.
Yeah, hold on. I got to finish it. The next thing is Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Thompson, says we owe reparations, meaning we, foundational Black Americans. He had the audacity to say that we owe reparations, but he doesn't say who we owe.
Okay, I would like to meet that individual, man, and I would personally like to put my foot in his ass, man, at 64 years old. I wish the motherfucker would come up and tell me some shit like that. I really do. Like, we owe reparations, and we build your goddamn country, and we owe you.
And this is a black man. That's what makes it so bad.
Yeah,
well, the more reason to whoop his ass, okay, is because, see, once again, as the minister told us over 50 years ago, this is the syndrome of boss we sick. And keep in mind, they ingrained that shit in us to us for 400 years. So it's going to take a minute, to come up out of it, because as Ramel has stated, that he was right about that. We sunk 150 years deeper into slavery when they came with this alphabetized agenda. Yes.
We got to finish the intro. So we're going to touch on that. Yeah. And then we got the Unhoused Neighbor News and the Unhoused Neighbor Sweets. So I'm gonna get started. So we're gonna touch on this illegal immigrant and introduce yourself, Ramel. Sorry, go ahead, Ramel.
Peace. This is Ramel, understanding the angel of peace from the east, understanding understood in the neighborhood near you, bringing the hope without state official frontline campaign. Salute to the fallen soldiers. Salute to the active soldiers. I'm on my military time. I'm doing my military grind. And I'm utilizing my military mind. Holla back, frontline campaign.
Always.
Yes, sir.
Let's pull this up. So, like I said, this illegal immigrant shot the neighbors. He literally shot the neighbors, y'all. They went over to his house, told him, "Hey, can you turn it down? I'm trying to put the baby to sleep." This nigga, this motherfucker had the audacity. That's your alarm. I don't know, but it's going off. He had the audacity to go over there and shoot up the whole family. And he was here already. And they said he wanna open the door to these illegal immigrants. It just came to my attention that the jails and prisons, the governments of Central America are literally opening up their prisons and letting the inmates out and sending them over here.
Yep. And I would imagine California is going to be getting a lot of them as well, too. It's because, a lot of them are hooked up with each other with those cartels and things of that nature right there. They say. And then, of course, Texas, that whole Rio Grande, borderlines in Mexico and things of that nature there. And then also, too, not changing the subject, but wow, 8 killed, 7 injured in shooting at Allen Outlet Mall near Dallas, Texas. Okay, now what is with people wanting to shoot up malls?
These people are crazy.
Damn. Man, straight insanity.
So this is Democracy Now. So they're talking about this Texas Democrats demand gun control after another AR-15 shooting. But I had a whole article, I was gonna read to y'all about this dude that did this shit. So give me a second to pull it up. This dude, they found him in a damn closet in Mexico. Oh God.
They're gonna extradite him.
Yeah, I think he's back in the States now.
Okay.
But they found him in a damn closet. He went on the run for a few days, and they found his ass in Mexico, and now they charged him with 5 counts of murder.
Okay. He won't be getting out of jail. Not down there in the great state of Texas. 5 counts. Yeah, dude is through.
I'm trying to find the article where it was like, he was hiding in the closet. They found him hiding in the closet. I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Damn.
He was hiding in the closet. I'm like, God damn. It was a news break.
Okay, as you pulling it up, Brother Chad, I just want to say I came across a couple of videos on YouTube, okay, where, some of the brothers are getting pissed off is because I saw 2 incidences of white supremacists going up to black men, calling them the nigger word, and one of them got beat down thoroughly, as well as he should have. Then another one, where a white man was trying to choke a brother, and his woman went and retrieved her weapon and went and shot that bastard. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a lot of dog whistles are going on with these white supremacists. Okay, it's because they're getting beside themselves, and like I said on Tuesday, they were Ken and Karen is welcome to call up, and Ken and Karen, the number to call is 516-418-5996. Now, here's one thing you got to understand, Ken and Karen. As soon as you get disrespectful, as soon as you get to raising your voice, the only thing we're going to do is kick you off the motherfucking air, okay? Now, if you want to come up there and act like you got some goddamn sense, we'll listen to you. But we're still advocating for reparations, not just only in California, but throughout the whole United States, because your whole goddamn country benefited off of it.
Right.
And then what y'all did to Mr. To Mr. Jordan there on the New York subway, that's incredible. That's just like what happened with Oscar Grant, in 2009 on there on the BART platform.
Yep.
You ever check that dude Gino right there out, man? You just passed his picture. Yeah, Gino's a gas, man. We got to get him on there, man.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got to get
Gino's a gas. Yeah, we got to get Gino. You know, I put an invite out to him about a couple of hours ago. You know,
What's going on with this?
go, huh?
okay.
What did you say,
Oh yeah, now
Ramon?
this.
You know, somebody was talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then also too in regard to what happened, you know, with Mr. Jordan Neely.
He
I
refused to
was
pay.
having a conversation.
He got, Biden's son has three baby mom, no, 3 kids by 5 different baby mamas or some shit. Five kids by 3 different baby mamas.
Oh, they probably crack holes.
Yeah. And now they taking them to court for child support.
Wow.
Damn it, where the hell is this damn article at? Oh, this is, y'all get a kick out of this. Smoking on that
Oh yeah.
Dunham pack. Concert and benefit. This happened yesterday, supposedly.
Oh yeah, that is from Brother Azrael. Yeah. Yeah. Little Bootsy. Yeah, little Bootsy's up there and what have you. And made that raggedy bitch burn in hell. You know.
Yeah.
You ain't no joke, General.
Yeah, man, later for Carolyn Bryant.
Is it true?
It wouldn't surprise me. Highly weird. It's really weird.
Oh yeah, it is. It's his own planet. It really is.
Oh, your boy your boy Hustle Walker. He he got a donation from a billionaire, $500,000, and he put it in his personal account opposed to his independent expenditure account.
Interesting.
And they haven't seen him
Very
in Georgia.
interesting.
They have not seen him in Georgia since. Because remember, he was living in Texas, and then all of a sudden he moved to Georgia to run.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Georgia said they ain't seen him since.
Oh, okay. Well, he took the money and ran. Yep. He took the money and ran.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She means it? She said that.
I think she means it. Sorry, Lady Tay is
from what I understand, Joe Brown is supposed to be running for mayor of mayor of Memphis.
Yeah, man. He tried to justify the murder of Jordan Neely.
Joe Brown is ill, man. He's ill. You see, this is a severe sickness, that they have, okay? And that's what your boy Gino Deuce was talking about. Mm-hmm. And that's why I invited Gino Deuce, to Shabaka's Black Expansion Hands. It's because...
Jamie Foxx. There's so much stuff that's been happening in the past 2 weeks. It's hard to keep up with everything, Black family.
Yeah, it is. It's moving ever fast. That's that artificial intelligence, because it's moving at the speed of light. Just like when they shadow banned us. You know what I mean?
And this dude, he shot his whole family up.
Wow. Well,
allegedly killed his girlfriend, her 3 kids, in senseless mass shooting. There's already been like 200 mass shootings this year alone.
Damn. Okay, why don't these damn fools just kill themselves first? Because they always want to go kill everybody, and then they kill themselves. Well, why don't they kill themselves first?
This is what is it called? Rahola. Racial holy war. This is that time. This is when
Okay.
time of Hitler's birthday. They start doing all these damn killings.
Oh yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, okay.
I'm sorry, black family.
And okay, and it's time for the black family to arm itself, and get off into training camp.
Yeah, big time. Well, that's what the brother was
And then
saying.
on top,
Iman was saying
yeah.
at the people's campaign rally in North Carolina, not North Carolina, in Nashville. And
Oh
Nashville,
yeah.
Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
That damn Reverend Barbara gonna say, "Oh, this is not the time for that. This is not the time, place for
You
that."
say. Now keep in mind. Let me show you a pattern here, fellas. All the way from the time when little Nia was murdered at the MacArthur BART station in Oakland, California. I did a live feed from her vigil. Little Nia, was murdered by this white supremacist, and then they got her father to come up there. Oh, we're asking the black community to stand down. Okay, and then when Cat Brooks was running for mayor of Oakland, okay, then some of the Proud Boys had showed up there at the MacArthur BART station, rejoicing in the murder of little Mia, and they got their asses whooped.
That's him right there. I finally found a damn article. Sorry, I had to go back 4 days. So,
Damn.
here. Texas mass shooting victim found hiding in closet. His partner also arrested. This is who y'all Jim Crow Biden supporters are allowing to come into the country.
Right.
Come on, video. All this
Back here in the U.S. tonight, the suspect in the killing of 5 neighbors in Cleveland, Texas, including a mother and her 9-year-old son, has now been captured where he was hiding and his partner arrested too. Authorities say she was helping the suspect evade authorities. Matt Rivers in Texas again tonight.
After a nearly 5-day search, Francisco Oropeza in custody tonight. The man accused of killing 5 neighbors, shirtless and handcuffed, surrounded by police just moments after his capture.
He will live out his life behind bars for killing those 5.
Better.
His partner, Divimara Nava, also charged, appearing in court today, accused of helping Oropeza stay on the run. Police say she was found in the same location as Oropeza, even planning a possible escape to his native Mexico. Authorities say a call to the FBI's tip line on Tuesday sent heavily armed officers to this house. They quickly go inside that house and they find Oropeza inside a closet, hiding under a pile of clothes. Officials say the house where Oropeza was found belongs to a relative. It remains unclear if authorities searched that house prior to getting that tip. The home just 11 miles.
Right.
Under a blanket. Shot 5 people, including a mother and her 9-year-old son, in Texas. Asked him to stop firing his own gun for fun. And David, tonight, a friend of Oropeza's also charged with helping him evade capture. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Authorities say as this investigation continues, more arrests could
that's aiding and abetting. You're harvesting a fugitive.
Yeah.
Escape.
Yeah, that is aiding and abetting.
Yeah, so this bastard, he's gonna be doing a long time. Let's see.
Okay.
He's 38. And he faces 5 counts of 1st-degree murder, and his bond was
okay.
set at $1.5 million.
Oh, motherfucker! At least he got a bond.
1.5 million each count.
Hiding in a motherfucking closet.
Wow.
Yourself up like they're easier. You just walked out the door.
Well, probably what happened was. Probably what happened was he was drunk when he did it. Then he probably went in the closet and sobered up and realized what he had done. And and that's his accomplice right there.
Yeah, that's his accomplice.
Shit, that first bullet sobered me up. I'm saying,
he shot a whole family. He shot and killed a whole family just because they told him to stop shooting in the backyard.
Where they got pink fucking jeans?
Wow.
In Texas.
Wow. Okay, so he was discharging a firearm legally in the state of Texas,
all day.
and people were telling him to quit shooting because bullets ricochet and what have you. Sounds like he was getting drunk.
No, they both illegal.
So,
Why they gotta stay
Huh?
here?
Because hiding Biden.
Ship them back. They're not legal, right?
Yeah, they're not here illegally.
Front Line campaign. I'm gonna call back in. I gotta go in this building.
Okay, Ramel, thank you for joining us.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
mhm.
I should put motherfuckers back in a quickness and have them locked up over there where they belong.
Yes, he was charged with hindering apprehension of a fugitive. Prosecutors allege she physically delivered a message to whatever his damn name is, cousin, asking them to help him to flee to Mexico, which they refused. She is being held on a $250,000 bail and is on immigration hold as a Mexican citizen following the arraignment hearing Wednesday afternoon. And then there's a second person they charged too.
Mhm.
Dumbasses.
Okay.
Well, only for Mexico, right?
That's him.
Yeah.
You gotta kill both women and children. That's pretty much what he did. He killed women and children.
No, I ain't got no sympathy for him. You know, he went and killed a child.
Killing 5 of the 10 people inside, including a young boy. Authorities said 2 of the women killed were found in a bedroom laying on top of the 2 surviving children. Authorities said, damn, that's fucked up.
And what was his motive for doing this?
His motive was, oh, y'all ain't gonna tell me what to do.
Well, for the rest of his life, he's gonna be having them jailers telling him what to do.
And he only killed 5. What are the other 5?
He ran for cover.
Yeah. Wow.
How long did it take?
Well, where was it?
He was on the run.
What was his relation?
He wasn't related to them. He was their next door neighbor.
Wow.
He killed a whole Honduran family. The victims were all from Honduras.
Okay, and I guess he was from Mexico.
Yep.
Okay, 2 different countries.
Yep, he killed Sonia Argentina Guzman, Diana Vasquez Alvarado, Julia Marina Rivera, 31, Jose Jonathan Corses, 18, and Daniel Enrique Lasso Guzman, 9. 5 other people who were in the home were not harmed. Interesting.
Wow. Wow. Shit is crazy.
Well, that's hiding Biden for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what are your thoughts, ladies?
He's just started for hiding in the pocket. Like, I just can't believe it. And not of that, but I'm like, you just gonna buck on 5 people and then what did the other 5 do? And geez, that's a lot of people in one house.
Mm-hmm.
And like, is he going back to? He's going back to Mexico too? Because she's on immigration hold. So many questions.
No,
other than that,
they caught him in Mexico.
Oh, they caught him in Mexico?
Yeah.
Where?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then shit. Stay there.
No, they're gonna extradite him back to the United States.
Why?
Because he faces all the charges in the United States.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would have just left him there.
Yeah.
Put him in the pen. Like, what are you doing? First you want him out, then you want him in, then you want him out. Like, make up your fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, that don't make no damn sense. If he was here, send him back. If he's over there, why are you gonna send him here? Just charge him what you're gonna charge him. Tell the fucking Mexican presidency, put that motherfucker in jail, leave him there, peace out.
He was deported 4 times already.
No shit. Nah, that's
No,
like,
so he's a repeat offender.
If I paid for it, Pele was like, hell no.
Hell no.
Okay, now here's the part that kills me. All right, so therefore, they spend all this money deporting people who cross into Texas, California, Arizona, what have you. But as soon as the descendants of slaves who built this country talking about they want reparations, white America sits there and bitches and moans about it. And then when you got brain dead Negroes, Leo Terrell, Larry Alders, Tim Scott, the Yassa bosses. And for any of these psychology majors out here, I would love for you psychology majors, to do a study on that. Just what is that?
Yeah, so I'm going to play another video from Democracy Now!
Okay.
It's about talking about the gun control needed in Texas.
Yeah.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the One Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We end today's show in Texas, where a tip to the FBI led police to the man suspected of shooting to death 5 people. Francisco Oropesa was arrested Tuesday outside of Houston in a town called Cut and Shoot, inside a closet under some laundry, hiding. Oropesa shot his neighbors for being asked to stop firing his rifle while a 1-month-old baby was trying to sleep inside. Police say he shot the victims with his AR-15 semi-automatic rifle execution style after one of the survivors, Wilson Garcia, asked him to stop firing rounds in his yard as the loud noise was keeping Garcia's baby awake. Police say the victims were all from Honduras. The gunman was born in Mexico. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott is facing backlash after he described the victims of the mass shooting as, quote, 5 illegal immigrants. On Monday, a spokesperson for Abbott walked back part of his comments, said the governor regretted if his remarks detracted from finding the shooter. This is San Jacinto Sheriff Greg Capers speaking earlier.
My heart.
Good old boy sheriff
is with this 8-year-old little boy. I don't care if he was here legally. I don't care if he was here illegally. He was in my county. 5 people died in my county, and that is where my heart is.
When the governor, Abbott, tried to walk back his comments, he tried to to respond to the criticism of saying it was 5 dead illegal immigrants by saying he then thought that maybe one of them might have been legal. This comes as President Biden is sending 1,500 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border ahead of next week's end of Title 42, which he and Trump used to block most access to asylum seekers. The troops will join 2,500 National Guardsmen who are already there to work with Border Patrol. For more, we're joined in San Antonio by Texas State Senator Roland Gutierrez, whose district includes Uvalde, the site of the school massacre less than a year ago, when 19 children and 2 teachers were killed, also with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. He was just at the state capitol in Austin yesterday to join the Uvalde families who are demanding a vote on gun safety legislation. Senator, welcome back to Democracy Now! It's great to have you with us. Why don't you start off by responding to Governor Abbott's response to the murder of the 5 people, including a 9-year-old boy, talking about the dead, quote, illegal immigrants?
They are illegal immigrants.
Thank you, Amy. First off, I mean, it's very clear here Greg Abbott has just reached an all-new low. I mean, they were just people. They were human beings.
Yeah, they're human beings. They're here illegally.
At every step along the way in his policy, his goal is to dehumanize people, dehumanize Latin Americans,
and then white people are there,
dehumanize Hispanics. And that's what he's done for the last several years.
Now they just people.
Certainly the last few days was a culmination of all of that hatred that he spews. And it's part of why we're broken as a nation. We just certainly need to come back together and understand that we're all in this together. I think that Sheriff Capers said it best.
All right. Well, if we're in this in this together, then cut the goddamn check for reparations. If we're all in this together.
We ain't nothing together. We in whatever together when they want the vote.
To their bodies. Those are the same images that I've seen in the body cam footage in Uvalde. People need to understand what's really going on in this nation, and we need to fix it.
Yesterday in the state legislature, can you talk about what the legislature was doing with setting up memorials for the people dead in Uvalde as the parents were asking for what they considered a much more important memorial, which would be to regulate guns?
Well, Amy, as you know, they had resolutions yesterday. The anniversary is coming up on the 24th of May. We are in a situation now where, unfortunately, nothing has been undone in the Texas Senate. We'll have our own resolution on the 24th. But that's not what the families want. The families want to be able to have legislation heard that's going to affect change, and that's extreme risk protective orders. That's raising an age limit. That's closing the gun show loophole, creating universal background checks. Those are the basic issues that we need to address in this space, and we're just not. We're not as a nation. We're certainly not as a state in Texas. That's truly what the families want. They're tired of thoughts and prayers. They want their children's lives to have not been lost in vain.
Can you talk about the state of gun safety laws in Texas, where you have one after another mass shooting? You've been having some Twitter wars with fellow legislators as they talk about the problem being immigration and shutting down the border. And it looks like Biden we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll be sending the military to the border. But your response is saying this isn't about immigration, it's about guns.
No, certainly. I mean, I'll tell you that, I hate the fact that I'm having to have these discussions on Twitter with folks on the other side. I'd rather have the discussions on the Senate floor.
There was whispering in Don Lemonade's ear.
That's part and parcel of the problem.
I'm going to answer this.
Here we had the Republican Party leader in Austin, as well as the governor and others say this is an immigration issue. This is we have lax policies at the border.
Black people, why are you there? Black people, why in the fuck are you there?
And why aren't you in
New
York?
Of an AR-15.
You see how did that
happen?
Right.
Or no black
the facts are
like black people, stop picking and choosing, man. You don't get to ride for the Venezuelans and say fuck our brother in New York.
Right.
Gun policy that allows just about anybody, and certainly in Texas, to go
they got plenty of representatives.
A weapon like an AR-15.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
You could go to a gun show.
There was nothing but white people in
and
New
you
York.
don't need to even so much as show an identification if you're buying from an unlicensed dealer. That happens every Saturday, every Sunday in Texas at gun shows across the state.
46,
how is it that we are allowing
out of a sea of white people
to access this type of weaponry
looking at me like I'm an
zero
asshole?
regulation?
Where are the black
all
people?
has happened in Texas
and we're only
under a
outraged.
30-year regime
want to be
that has
selectively
done
black
nothing
outraged.
more than to amplify
come on
and
now,
expand
this shit's
access
gotta
to militarized weaponry. How is that human? How is that humane? How is that even?
Like where the black Africans and Latinos?
Sure. What? These people, all they've done is create chaos, and now they have to live with it.
All I see is
and so they're
that
deflecting
motherfucker was a chameleon from the side. I thought it was a brother.
You have Republicans in Texas, led by Abbott, talking about arming more people, which certainly satisfies the NRA.
Don't look at us like we're
look
shit
at what
because
happened in Uvalde. How many? What was it? 376 law enforcement officers descended on the school. Talk about heavily armed and militarized.
And
they wouldn't move in on this shooting. I mean, what is the latest on the investigation into that and the role of Greg Abbott in defending what took place? For more than an hour, these children, wise, terrified children, called the police.
The parents had more.
No, you're right.
In their words,
the fact is that Greg Abbott has called for zero accountability of his top cop, Steve McCraw. There has been zero transparency.
women
The
breaking
public
windows to
knows
get their
very
babies
little
out.
as to what went on.
I mean, that's what I would do.
You know, I've seen it all. I've seen all
fuck
the
it, man. I
body
guess I'm gonna
cam
take a
footage. I
couple
had
of
to sign
rounds
a
to the chest, but I
non-disclosure
want to get my
agreement.
baby out. Like,
The images are
what the
horrible,
fuck the
and
baby
the
do?
statements from the police are just as horrible.
And then the grandparents
Statements
of
that they've
that
made
little
on
motherfucker.
camera,
All these parents
philosophizing
never get
about how this
charged for
happens
shit.
every
You
day
know
in
what I mean?
America, rather than be in the moment doing their jobs. You know,
They're politicking at the end of the hallways.
Their
because they're
post
scared.
statements would suggest, their post-incident statements would suggest that they were afraid of the
I would've thought
AR-15.
eventually them motherfuckers will run out of
How are they afraid? They have AR-15.
They got vests. They got helmets. They got SWAT.
They got fucking robots.
They got motherfucking those little gas grenades and shit.
The kids were braver than the police that day. This will
They got
be forever
dogs.
the collective shame of Texas.
Every day.
And yet, we have people in power in Texas.
They're not lacking for weapons and fucking manpower. Don't believe the hype.
Right. Nothing on gun safety solutions. Nothing on victims'
But stay
compensation
ready
funds.
to look
Nothing
ready
on training
to not be ready.
Yeah, it don't make
Nothing
no
on
damn
accepting
sense.
The truth of what occurred
Motherfuckers in
on
their
May
military
24th,
vest.
which was the
Police.
worst law enforcement
And it
failure
should say
to a
pussy.
police shooting
You know what I mean?
in our nation's history.
Bitch made. That's what it
And
should
then you
say.
have what just happened with the killing of 5 people, including
what,
the
8 babies?
9-year-old
8,
boy.
10 babies?
The unbelievable bravery of the women
And
inside
teacher,
the home
2 teachers.
who used their bodies to protect children underneath them, and they both died.
That's
the
a
women,
hero. That's a
but
heroic
they did
event right there.
successfully protect the children.
I remember my grandma having to do that
dad,
for me
Wilson
when they
Garcia,
were shooting the city
said
park.
they called the police at
Yep,
least
I
5
would
times as this
protect my
man
baby.
next
I
door,
would take
someone
a
they
couple hours.
knew, continued to shoot off this AR-15 in the yard. I mean, maybe that's where response to Latinx community should be raised.
I mean, certainly, you know, the police
You know what I mean?
didn't think that this was a significant event.
Not my baby.
Take it back to Uvalde. They didn't think that a young man going into the same gun shop
It was like
for
they're
30
like,
days buying 2 AR-15s, buying hundreds of rounds of ammunition. No one thought that was a significant event to call the police. There is an absolute, you know, what I call an irreverence when it comes
they would just
to,
have to know
you know,
that you
Hispanic
can't come around
communities in
fucking around my
Texas.
crib. You know what
Uvalde was certainly one of those.
That'd be like the message off top.
At the end of the day,
It's like, remember when
you know, what we saw in Uvalde and all of that failure, and even leading up to the event, which was a community asking for to fix the radios, which the radios didn't work on that day. Certainly that neglect, there is some racism in neglect. There is people that are in power deciding who gets what. The situation up in San Francisco County.
Or that one sister that came down and asked me and Malay to do something that two married women would never do.
Something that I think they felt was just an everyday occurrence in rural Texas, which is people shooting their guns off.
I want to go to Wilson Garcia describing what happened.
We married?
Yes, I was the one that went there. Because my child, when he shot, my child began to cry. He's a month and a half. My wife came out and asked me, do you think you can tell the neighbor if he can shoot a little bit further from where we are? That is the back of his house. I went there, and in fact, there were 3 of us who went to talk to him. We weren't disrespectful. We asked him if he could do us a favor and shoot a bit further away, because my 1.5-month-old child was crying. He answered me that he was on his property, and he could do whatever he wanted. I told him, okay, fine, do it. I'm not going to fight. I'm going to call the police, and you can deal with them. We went back inside, and my wife was talking to the police.
Yeah, that's what my wife said.
Because the man was threatening more intensely. One of the people who was killed saw my wife. She was agonizing on the ground, and she told me to jump out the window because my children were already without their mother, and one of us would have to be left alive to take care of them. And she was the one who helped me to throw myself out the window, but she failed to do so for herself. She died.
Wilson Garcia, his wife,
Damn, your wife
Sonia,
his
son, and
Oh,
his
you a
9-year-old
sorry
son,
son of a
Daniel
bitch.
Enrique Lasso,
Like,
were among those
she even
killed.
helped him get out the window.
Senator Rowan Gutierrez, you have introduced something like 50 gun safety bills into the state legislature.
She like save yourself because somebody got to take care of the baby. Here, let me give you a boost out the window.
Even the membership of the NRA is against the leadership. What about the population of Texas?
Said nothing about the police. He should just went back.
76% of
Republicans
Republicans want common sense gun safety solutions. I introduced 22 bills.
And they try to speak best English as possible can.
Amongst all Democrats, and a few spatterings of Republican bills that were really not very meaningful in their regard, in their context.
And he went over there and just capped the whole family, and then she helped him get out the window. She helped him,
in Texas
and he's not even crying,
cuz. 76% of Republicans want extreme risk protected orders. They want to close the gun show loophole, and they want to raise the age limit.
He didn't do none of that shit.
Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor, and Speaker of the House, Dave Phelan, have no interest in doing what's right for Texas, doing what's humane, doing what every other state, including governors like Bill Lee in Tennessee, have done, including what Rick Scott did after Parkland.
Carry on. Don't let me
We're in crisis, and the leaders in Texas are doing absolutely nothing to prevent the leading cause of death amongst children in America.
State Senator Gutierrez, I wanted to end by asking you about President Biden's announcement yesterday that he's sending 1,500 more troops to the border ahead of next week's end of the Title 42 policy, which he and Trump used to block most access to asylum seekers. Your response, he's gotten pushback not only from Republicans knee-jerk criticizing him, but from Democrats as well.
Don't act like you can't hear her.
I support the president. Title 8 works. Title 42 doesn't. The fact is, what Title 42 is, it created a situation where immigrants were finding the side door, crossing the river, rather than going and asking for an asylum in a proper way. At the end of the day, we certainly have an immigration problem that needs to be fixed in Washington.
Take it to the change it to the
13 million undocumented that have been here for almost 30 years. That needs to be addressed. A million dreamers. We've got to fix that situation.
Are you concerned about
our ranchers, our construction companies, our restaurants across the United States are in a labor shortage. We need to fix that with some of these arriving.
Are you concerned about increased militarization of the border and what that could mean?
Certainly it's always a concern, but I also represent a great expanse of the border. I also understand that my communities want to have a little bit more policing there. I'd rather have the federal government than DPS troopers that are doing an ineffective job. National Guardsmen, 9 of which have committed suicide. One of them once drowned in a river because Greg Abbott didn't give him the resources necessary to save himself. And so I'd rather do a better job.
But I thank you for being with us, State Senator William Gutierrez. I'm Amy Goodman.
Yeah.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man let his bitch and her baby die, and then she still had the fortitude to give that motherfucker a boost out the window and have him save himself. And he could have did it the one thing like, no, baby, I'll let me just stay here and hold your hand. I don't want you to die. Just at least play the part, man.
Right.
At least play the part and then skip out the motherfucking window. But his little ass couldn't even get out the window without her help, and she done took all kind of rounds and shit. That motherfucker's stupid. Oh, man. I couldn't be married to that kind of dude.
Right.
I would shake that dude off with a heart.
Yeah, I mean, first place, as we all know, when you got gunplay going on, you know what I'm saying? All decisions is made, like off in a split second, you see? Mm-hmm. So you could, lean to make the wrong decision.
That dude. He was calling the police.
Yeah, he should never call that dude.
Yeah. Well, that was his first mistake right there. In fact, that was a fatal mistake.
You know, like black people do it. Just
only thing y'all had to do was go over there, talk to dude, get him drunk a little bit, and then after he's guzzling his alcohol, jump him and whoop his ass and disarm him.
Right, that's all they have to
do. You just wait a little bit, man. Get that little boy some earplugs and then tell him to go to bed. You know what I mean? There's 10 people in the house. Right. You mean 9 of them couldn't have put this baby to sleep?
Well, I guess they were trying to put sleep, and our boy kept letting off rounds in the backyard.
No,
Right,
yeah.
and keep in mind the dude was drinking at the same time too. See, so you know that kind of impaired his judgment a little bit.
Shit, you come over to my house, like if I live in Aurora, right? You come over to my house, and it's constantly just
rat-a-tat-tat-tat
all night, like for days on end, right? And me and Jesse have been, except for that one night where it was like literally right by my window, right? And even then, we didn't really make no moves. We just continued doing whatever the fuck we were doing, right? It was nothing. Me and Jesse sleep through anything. Anything. I can't sleep when there's no TV on and or the fan. And Jesse could sleep through anything, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like pa every fucking night since I've been there for what, 2 years? And I was like, dude, our kid probably would have been immune to that shit. But there's 10 people in that house. None of them could have, gave that little boy a little bit of their Modelo and let him go to sleep. But shit, come on, cuz she took the rounds and jumped about the window. I'm just shocked. I'm like, I'd have shook that dude. I would have never had no kid with that dude. I'm like, you ain't not gonna be no father.
Right.
Well, but like I say though, that is one of those situations where you got to play chess and not checkers, because first thing you want to do is stay out the line of fire. You want to keep other people out the line of fire, and then as soon as and you got what did they say, they had 3 damn men in there, and as soon
weren't shit.
and as soon as everybody's out the line of fire, okay, offer the dude a beer, okay, when he's guzzling it, bushwhack him,
Right.
and take the gun from him and beat the living dog shit out of him.
Right.
But a lot of times they say it is easier said than done. But when it comes to situations like that, you got to be careful. But the little babies, they didn't deserve to die.
I mean, you would think that brothers were planning that shit out before they went and knocked on the door, right? They would be like, okay, check it out. You broke it out. So you got to come to the door. This is what we finna do, right? Like brothers usually are
nobody in the house had a strap.
Right. I mean, or a stick.
Yeah. Or something. Or at least a throwing star, or blade, or something. And I'm willing to bet dollars to donors that dude was drunk that he did it.
Like, I wouldn't even let him in. I would have did what we always do, creep to the people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And be like,
or did he shoot to the door?
Like there's so many questions. They didn't really answer a lot. Like, where we were in our hood CSI shit, and I'm just like, look, dude, you would have gone to the door. Right. I would have been like, man, if I was gonna take the fellas over there to talk to them, we would have had a plan when we got there. Like, all right, look, he gonna be on some bullshit. We're gonna have to take that motherfucking weapon from him. He get live. We're gonna have to, beat him with his own pistol, probably shoot him in the foot, let him get a little bit of understanding that he can't be shooting after like 9 p.m. And then let's just call it a wrap. He'll get an understanding. He won't be fucking with us no more. There's 10 of us and 1 of him. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just easy. If we get too wild, we just gonna keep whooping his ass until he get an understanding. Or I guess plan B, call the law. You know what I mean? Like, there's a plan in motion.
If they were gonna call the law, they shouldn't have announced it.
If they would have called the law, they shouldn't even went over there. They would just called the law. And then that shit wouldn't even went down, right? He probably would have bucked it out with the police. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, that's a good point. What about that? I mean, they're so interested in calling the law nowadays. Why don't they just do that? I wouldn't call the law, though. I would rather handle it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I'm just sorry, that those kids got killed. And they talking about throwing his ass under the jail, He brought that shit on himself. But the part, like I said before, is that why is it that when these motherfuckers go on these mass shooting rampages, why don't they kill themselves first, then go on a mass shooting rampage? They got it backwards.
Well, they wouldn't be able to go on a mass shooting rampage.
That's my point. That's precisely my point.
Like, I mean, you thought you was gonna go on a rampage
Suicide by cop.
And then just get bucked with the police. The police love shooting motherfuckers.
What they call that, suicide by cop?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, in LA and Lady J, I know you heard the term suicide by cop.
With Hispanic people, they kind of give them a little option, right?
Yeah.
With black people, they don't even give you an option.
No.
They always assume you got a weapon.
Yeah.
But Hispanic people are like, put the gun down. No. Put the gun down. No. Put the gun down. No. Bow. I said, put the gun down. We're going to tase you. So always something like that.
Yeah.
Black people, it's like,
Yeah.
you got a weapon. Bah, 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 bah. It's not even a fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot
You're
first
holding,
and actually
exactly.
a fucking comb or something stupid like that.
And the reason why they do that, doing a little bit of research, Brother Che, I looked at this documentary, man, on the origins of the Black Panther Party, right? And what it is this supports, I think, even more so for the reparations, is that we have been brutalized so bad. And then they know that when we arm ourselves, we're justified. And this is what scares the state. You see?
My number is 2. That's what he said.
Yeah, at the task force. Remember yesterday when the brothers with the media got on the mic and Kamala was like, "Which number are you, sir?" And he was like, "I'm number 2."
He said, "My number is 2," and he wasn't 2. She said, "No, number 2."
Oh yeah.
Fuck out of here.
No, I think I think what he was saying was because from what I understand, a lot of times when the Panthers will get jacked up by the police and they say, "Okay, what's your number?" They'll say 5, as in the 5th Amendment. So I guess dude was saying 2, as in the Second Amendment. It's because me and Sarge, we always get off into those debates. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
That's even funnier. I gotta hold it down for a second. Go.
All right. So the next topic is Democrat. No, you can't go with me. Democratic shield. Joy Reid starts her fear-mongering campaign to make Black Americans vote for Biden. So here we go again.
Oh Lord. Okay. Now let's hear this bullshit.
It's the same one that was calling us Russian bots.
Oh my God.
Saying FBA was a Russian bot.
Come on, Joyless Reed.
ADOS was Russian bots. And there's just a bunch of Russian bots. And if you didn't support Biden, you were working for Russia.
Oh, and then because we were talking about holding our vote shit. And so he was talking about holding our vote for something tangible with Russian bots. Go. All right, so I'll play this video. Power on.
Scott.
This is Uncle Phil Scott. He's like I like him. He's like one of my heroes. Okay, so I'm playing. Ready, Chewbacca? You better hurry up, mister. Come in there. Get you.
So we know
Phil Scott.
The 2024 election will be coming up shortly. And already the Democrat shields in the Black community has already started to trot out to start to do their work. Now, what is their work? Their work is to come out and start the fear-mongering campaign to make Black people so afraid to go vote for them. You know that your party sucks when you have to fear-monger people to vote for you. Instead of presenting something that they can get down with, policies that they would be interested in, no, you have to fear-monger about the other side. Now, I want you to watch Joy Reid, Democrat Shield, MSNBC host Joy Reid, go out and start the fear-mongering campaign. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Listen, friends.
Oh, yeah, the readout.
The Republican Party, at this stage in its development, is at war with the rest of us. They're at war with women, and women, if you think they're going to stop with just outlawing the abortion pill, you got another thing coming. When they're done getting a national ban on abortion, which is what they're going for, they're coming for your birth control. And when they're done with that, they're going to move on to LGBTQ rights. They're coming for gay marriage. Don't think that if you're LGBTQ, but you're rich and affluent and Republican, that you're safe, because they're coming for your rights too. They're coming for all non-white immigration. Because look, if they can force American women to give birth,
that would be a negative. Let me put it up.
They'll just replenish the impoverished, desperate workforce with poor people. They force
fair use
American women
since the beginning of the
girls,
show.
Little girls, teenage girls, and younger to make. They're coming for workers' rights because once they have their population of low-wage workers, why give them any rights? Why give them the right to unionize? Why give them any rights at all? Give them low wages and then give them nothing else. They're coming for education because the last thing you want is an educated workforce or educated people who know history and know enough about history to see what they're doing. They're coming for your books. They're coming for Black history. They're coming for Holocaust history. They're coming for the history of all non-white people, and they're going to erase it from our schools. And one thing that they will never do is protect a single child from getting slaughtered in school. Because their only true worship is guns. They're going to allow as many assault weapons to flood our society and our schools as the gun manufacturers want to put out there. And then they're going to demand that all of the people...
This is the longest TikTok in history, family.
Whether they can burn, who they control, whether they can vote.
What, baby?
Who they control.
I know, yeah, she was bucking her eyes.
Whether they can marry. Whether they can see a drag show.
I'm like, goddamn, how long is this TikTok? I thought they were all supposed to be like 30 seconds long.
To subject themselves to constant risk of death. Getting shot down at school, at the Walmart.
I'm like, is Joyless Reed doing that bad? Does she got to resort to TikTok now?
Walking down the street.
Jeez, that's real damn bad right there.
4th grade, 12th grade, they don't give a damn how many people die.
Look, it's a hard pause and eye bucking for me.
You think they're going to stop with what they did in Tennessee? Florida Republicans are already studying that and saying we can do the same thing. You think they're going to stop by just evicting troublemaking Black lawmakers in one state? Anyone.
I thought they were troublemaking, Joy Reid.
So if you don't comply, they'll just throw you out of your state house. They want one-party state.
I'm like, is Joy Reid going to be able to chop in Black to get canned? Because this would be something to get fired about.
That in Idaho you can't leave your state.
Yeah.
Care. Well, I mean, what will it matter now once they?
She's not no Don Lemon. She can get the boot real quick.
They don't care if you live in a state where you have liberal government and liberal population.
But generally, when they make statements like this, they're on their way out anyway. It just ain't came to the public yet.
Yeah, she's like, she all up in the... First of all, she's not even in her actual, like, newsworthy clothing. She's on her personal time doing this fucking...
Now, as you heard, Joy Reid is an actor, and she's acting very well. I paid attention to the inflection of her voice. I paid attention to the look of
he's got a point.
Oh, she's a trained actress, isn't she?
Yeah.
Because she has to get you to be afraid. Because that's how they keep their jobs. I told you, the Democrat shields keep their checks by keeping you afraid and running to vote Democrat. As long as they can deliver you to the Democrat Party, that's how they keep their checks going. Now, the wonderful thing about people like myself is that I've been in the game for a little while, and I have seen the tactics of their election cycle. And ever since 2016 for sure, and on, they have been pushing this.
I'll say this, Black family, you will not be getting this vote at all because of that. That's off top. I mean, the eye bucking, the fucking pink hoodie, the motherfucking ashy lips. Like, you know what I mean? The fucking, what I give a fuck about an abortion pill? I'm talking about having families and shit. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about that. This other shit that they're talking about, a lot of this shit is not tangible for us. First of all, Black women should be trying to abort their babies. Should be trying to have babies right now because we need babies. That's just off top. I don't know. I have so much to say about that, but that wasn't fear mongering for me. If anything, I was worried she's gonna lose her job. My fear base was
You,
she's gonna lose her job.
well, like I said, okay,
I
like
bet
I
that mom
said,
doesn't.
when
He does less eye bucking. She just does eye bucking. It's like blinking, like they're gonna take away the abortion pill, and then they're gonna take away all the abortion, and then they don't want education. They don't want you to be an educated workforce, and it's because we guns, 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 guns. Hasn't it already been that though, bitch?
well, see, that's just it though. Is that's why it's the more reason for us to step away from this type of bullshit and become self-sufficient. Yeah, say
Yeah.
this is what I've been saying, or for going on 7 years now, is that for us to become self-sufficient. Well, here at Frontline Black News, we got to be self-sufficient, and we cannot be wasting our time running around going to vote for these damn politicians who don't care about us. Straight out. Yes,
Yeah.
because them damn Republicans, they are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And the dump, he created this fervor when he first was selected as president or what have you. Okay, but as we had stated on this platform before, and on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhance, I much rather deal with the wolf than the wolf in sheep's clothing, like what
Right.
Biden is. Biden is a wolf in sheep's clothing. That raggedy ass vice president, she needs to resign. She goes over there to Ghana, to Goree Island, and put on that Academy Award performance about all the suffering and all that, but yet though that stinking motherfucker when she was a district attorney of San Francisco County and
Wasn't
the
Ghana
attorney
not
general of
having it?
California.
Wasn't Ghana not having it
Said
though?
that again?
Wasn't Ghana
No,
not having it? Ghana
wasn't
wasn't
Ghana
having
what?
Ghana wasn't having it right. Didn't he say how
No.
does Braga come over here and tell us what to do and how to do it when your own
No,
country?
Ghana ain't. No, Lady J. First was Ghana and the majority of African societies are not with that alphabet agenda, is because they place great influence. I'm sorry, great emphasis on the procreation of life that there only happens between a man and a woman, not two men fucking each other in the ass. You see, that kind of shit right there does not produce life. Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
then. Yeah, and then and Kamala's going over there talking about, oh, this is so bad, the transatlantic slave trade and all that. The only reason they sent her stinking ass over there is so that Tweety Bird, Facebook, Bezos, and them, so they can go over there and exploit the minerals again. This is why I said that raggedy ass bastard by the name of King Charles, who they just selected, is king, queen, or what the fuck ever of England. All right, the majority of their wealth they stole from Africa, just like the French, just like the Belgians, just like the Dutch. You see what I mean? And what it is, and I'm sure Philip Bailey will probably agree with this, is that this is why we got to have a total unification of the diaspora. This is what Professor PLO Lumumba is emphasized on. Okay, is because they colonized the continent so bad in the last 500 years, if not the last 1,000, but it still kicks out resources. And then you got to get rid of all them damn neo-colonialists you got over there. You see what I mean? The puppets for the French, the puppets for the British, the puppets for the Chinese now, because the Chinese are moving in there, getting on the land, making these loans to these African nations, and then when they default on the loan, China's going in there seizing the land so they could have the vibranium, which is the silicon.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
No, I'm
Yeah, see.
Fear-mongering
I'm with
campaign.
it because I feel like, man, that's all they go to do is rape, pillage every fucking continent.
Oh,
Even though
absolutely.
what?
Just 5 o'clock shadow.
That's a man.
Clearly.
What happened?
Oh, we're watching the news and there's obviously a man dressed as a woman with a whole that motherfucker got a whole 5 o'clock shadow. Like literally 3 days worth of non-shadow.
Then it's a damn man.
Yeah, like that's a man. Like I'm like, that's a man. Hot mic moment.
Wow. That is insane.
Yeah, so you see how Joy Reid was bucking her eyes and shit?
Bucking her eyes in the peach.
Yeah.
Like that's
and just like
you gotta make TikToks, cause like you just like one of us.
yeah. And
Up a notch in 2020.
It's just like one of us.
And unfortunately, it worked on a lot of you black people. It worked. Now, black men, some of the black men saw the light. They didn't fall for the okie doke. But a lot of the black women and the majority of black men too fell for the okie doke and in fear because they said, "Oh Lord, them Trump and the Republicans gonna get y'all. Oh, they gonna put y'all in Jim Crow. It's gonna be like slavery. They gonna take your rights away. They gonna do all this stuff." And then when Biden got in there, the first thing Biden and the Democrats done was demonize the black community, saying that the black community was the one that was attacking Asians.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, right off the rip. He wasn't even in there, not even here yet. And him and the left wing CNN was propagandizing to get a bill for those people.
Yep.
You the one who went out there and voted for them. That man was so disrespectful to y'all and said that if you don't vote for me, you not black.
So
because he knows that you have a sick attachment to the white supremacists that's on the left side too.
Who knew?
And that you feel that if you don't have attachment to your Democrat slave master, who is a devil, you don't know what to do with yourself. Black people got to really look at ourselves and look at the sick attachment that you have to the white supremacists. Because it's not all them. A lot of it is you. I'm going to say just about 75% of it is you. And the rest of it is them, and the reason why they can be successful at some things because you actively participate in a system to help harm and hurt your own people.
You're part of the problem.
You do this.
Yeah.
Instead of calling out the Joy Reids of the world and the Boulay Martins and all the other ones, Reverend Barber and all the other ones, Al Sharpton, all the ones who's out there bootlicking and shining for the Democrat Party, delivering you up, give you nothing. Joy Reid had the nerve to say that they would take away black power. What power has the Democrat Party offered to black people as a whole? Not people like Joy Reid who get her check. Not people like the rest of the shills we see out here. They get their checks. Who's part of the Jack and Jill? Who's part of the CBC? Who's part of the Boulay? Not them. But what power has the Democrats offered or did anything to negotiate with Black America, Joy? Come on, Joy. You shouldn't have said that. You should have kept it on abortion. You should have kept it on the LGBT. You should have kept it on immigration. You should have kept it all there. But the moment you brought up black power, now I say, oh, she talked too long. The Biden administration hasn't done a thing for black people as a collective. Once again, we were celebrating Juneteenth in the state of Texas ever since I've been born.
Oh shit, it is Juneteenth coming up.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, that does not benefit black people. That is symbolism and nothing for the collective of black people. We reject symbolism. We reject anything like that that's not going to do nothing for the people. And we're going to call out the symbolism. It is symbolism. That's all it is. You try to talk about black woman vice president. That woman only black when it convenience her. One minute she Asian, next minute she black, next minute she Indian, she whatever she want to be. We ever had a black one. Only black one we really had, let's call it what it is, who can't play both sides was Michelle Obama.
Is that lace?
I'm glad it's muted.
But the Democrats,
and rumor has it.
on this campaign, ladies and gentlemen, from now until 2024, when you go out there to for election, they're going to be fear-mongering. Everything's the Republicans' fault, like they didn't have no hand with anything. Oh, they're going to do this to you. Oh, they're going to do that to you. Oh, look, black people. Ooh, they're going to put Jim Crow on you. Oh, look at this. Look at that. They ain't going to do this. I'm telling y'all, like the sun is rising, they going to fear-monger you. Then after the fear-mongering, they're going to start the shaming tactics. They're going to call us out. All of us are speaking against them. They're going to call us out. By name, probably some of us. Right?
Yeah, you know it, Uncle Phil.
Talking about trying to challenge us. It is so bad. They say as of right now, the DNC don't even want to do no debate. So you know why the DNC don't want to do any kind of debates right now? When it comes to presidential election? Because the guy they want to run can't speak for himself.
Exactly.
He has to have cue cards, somebody telling him what to say, how to say it, what reporter to ask a question to, and the reporter already turned in their question, so he already know the answer to give them.
Juicy, man.
I was today laughing at some the press conferences that Trump had during the virus. I was laughing. That jump was.
Oh my God! They got a drag queen.
That jump was entertainment.
They got
you know what?
No, man, see that drag.
And he's all enamored with this white dude. That's a drag queen too.
Like, you know, Pipparelli is. You have Pipparelli clothes, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
White boy got our Pipparelli clothes, Pipparelli pantsuit, or the pants anyway. The pants, I don't know about the shirt, but the pants, right? And the brother wearing, he wearing like half of it look real masculine, but then you get to the shirt, and the shirt is like a man's shirt, but with lacy, flowery, like black lace arms, like something a sister would wear. And the way he looking at this white boy who looked like Steve Martin,
yeah,
right? Look like the motherfucker, right? And the way he looking at him is like how a woman looks at a man when she's enamored with whatever he's talking about, like in lust, you know, like how I'd be like, oh, like just talking to him, I'm just looking at him like, keep saying it, right? Like a woman would look at a man, and this shit was grossing us out. Like we just discussed it, but then it said what the brother's name is. I mean, the lady's name is whatever his name is, right? His name is Juicy Misdemeanor.
Oh my God.
And I'm looking at Cuz like, what's so juicy about you? Cuz like, say, bro, why you on there? Like, thank God we got it muted. Like, we couldn't handle the audio. I don't think.
They're giving drag queen history. Oh my God.
That's like the show on the Ford show.
Drag queen history.
And the old boy was giving the Harlem West history or whatever the fuck. And I was like, I gotta look this up.
House and balls.
Yeah, I gotta look this up because he's over talking about the gay trans movement, and it's like next to slavery and I don't know what else, right? And I was like, I gotta write this down and Google this because for some reason my heart feels like this is some lies.
Mm-hmm.
Like this ain't right. Like that old dick in the booty fucking shit is like real Caucasus Mountains type shit. You know what I mean? It was them that brought that old weird gay shit over to fucking to African people. You know what I mean? Then with that motherfucking animals and fucking little boys and you know what I mean? It was them. You didn't see black people doing nasty shit to the same sex. All them pictures in animals. You saw all the pictures with dead people. You saw all the pictures with the Europeans
and children
and goosing on children, farm animals, and dead people. And they would when they had their wives, they still had side pieces. Trump and his little boys and shit like that. Yeah, even if you could maintain them, you could keep them or some crap like that, right? Some weird ass shit. So for them to say, oh yeah, we believe in the, and it say it come from black church, that the homosexuality come out of black church, because I
go in on you. At least he was taking questions from people. He wasn't dodging them. He wasn't turning away.
I still refuse to go look it up because it just sounds preposterous. You know what I mean? Jeff Farr had on his show, and I was like, man, what are all these trannies doing in this building? What is all these gay people? The one brother giving the history, I thought he was straight. Apparently not.
That was a woman, cuz you couldn't tell that was a woman.
No, not the one sitting next to him.
I mean, that was a man.
That was a man
trying to be a woman
sitting next to him, which I was like, wow. The day we have come to see Jeff Farr sitting next to Tranny, right? But then the dude across the way from him, the motherfucker from the Bronx, I thought he was actually a brother, like the date brides.
Nope.
Apparently.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, oh, hell no.
And not to mention the dude in the red leather Michael Jackson coat. We knew he was gay. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, all right, this motherfucker, he constantly at the motherfucking dance center. You know what I mean? But come on, like, this is weird shit. You made it 10 minutes. I went further. I went 20 minutes, and then I was like, I gotta wash my eyeballs out.
We're looking at every cue card every time. I'm not saying he didn't have notes. Biden has instructions. You understand? The man needs to retire. The man needs to go on with his grandkids, go enjoy his life. That's what he needs to go do in Delaware. Go enjoy his life.
Biden's son is a hoe.
Yep.
But when it comes to this election, no, I am standing completely against every Democrat shield out there. Because these Democrat shields, every time they have proven themselves to be an enemy of the collective of black people. Because they don't care about you. They don't come where you at. They don't engage your conversations. They don't do everything. Joy Reid works for white supremacy. Joy Reid is representing the devil. Joy Reid don't use her platform to advocate for reparations every night. She's advocating whatever the devil say on the Democrat Party. That's what she's advocating for. She's not advocating for me and you.
Black people progress.
She plays a game to get her check.
Yep.
No different. How about the rest of them? Boulay Martin and all the other ones. They're doing that to get her check. Everybody go at Boulay Martin, but Joy Reid has more dangerous sometimes than Boulay Martin could be sometimes. Don't let these people fearmonger you ever again. If they want you, tell them, give you something that you need, like reparations. You need reparations. What these people have done in this country, they already have the next labor class already. And black man and woman is not you. They have imported by the millions people from Latin America with all their kids in tow. Some of them coming in here with 3 kids, 4 kids. 5, 6 kids coming in here, getting welfare, getting housing, walking around with cell phones, new clothes. Some of you can't even get that. Some of you are facing eviction right now. And they got people that come across the border, they got brand new phones in their hand. Why? Because it's done by design. That's the people that's going to do all the service jobs in this country. And as a black person, if you don't get a very skilled trade, if you don't work for yourself, you're going to be in a bad position in America from this day forward, because they have no need for black men and women, no more. Now you may say, well, we still have a position in America. The only thing you still hold on to personally is a political position. And the only reason you still kind of got that is because the majority of them don't vote. In Texas right now, they have more Latinos in Texas, but the Latinos, only half of them vote. What if they got to a point they all started voting? Then it would be something to talk about. Because it's true. It's more of them in this country than it is black Americans. Even if you include black immigrants, it's still more of them. And to be real, and we talk about the reality of what it is for black people going forward. Black immigrants is not a problem. We get into these discussions about disrespect, but once we get past the disrespect side, black immigrants is not your problem if you're fighting for those service jobs. the people that come across the border, and that was promoted to come across the border by corporate America and being paid for by the politicians, that's the people that's going to take the jobs. And if you don't want to get a skill, if you don't have a skill, if you don't want to work for yourself, you're going to be in trouble. These people that come across the border, they don't have sympathy for our story.
No, they
They
don't.
can care less. They had nothing to do with it. That's how they're going to say it. So why are you telling me?
Damn, Shabaka.
You to right now think strategy.
I can't even tell.
You need to think policy. What can we do to shore up ourselves as a community? The low-skilled jobs are gone. AI and those people gonna take it.
I'm gonna be upset.
You gotta be in a position where you have a skill or something you're doing that they can't do. The low skill. And the only way we can shore up our skill trades, shore up our businesses that we're creating, is that we gotta have policies put in that's going to defend our businesses when we create them, and not tax the hell out of us and let us keep our money in our pocket so we can grow our businesses and have employees, etc. And the Democrat Party will not defend Black business. I don't care if you just started your business this year, brother or sister, you made $60,000 on your own. The Democrat Party will not protect you. They will not. They're not the party of business. They're the party of food stamps. They're the party of welfare. They're the party of Section 8. They're the party of unchecked immigration so they can keep low skill and low wages in this country. Understand, this country has never paid for labor. We were brought over to this country to work 250 plus years for free. This country has never been in the position of paying for labor. That's why they say, that's my new labor class right there. If I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna pay the cheapest I can. And if I can't get, if I'm gonna get Black people to work, I'm gonna put them Black men to work in prison. And then Black women, where they only get paid $1 or $2 a day to work all day. And if they don't work, it's a disciplinary write-up for them. And it's gonna affect their parole hearing. That's how they get Black people to work slave labor now. Understand?
Yeah.
I do.
So we gotta think strategy. If you're gonna hunker down and say, I'm gonna deal with these people all my life, then you better think strategic. Because I've heard Black people say, I can't even get a McDonald's job anymore. The people from south of the border got all the jobs. Yeah, they do. And they're going to continue to get them. As long as you're begging white people for a job, white people are in control of who they hire. And of course, I'm talking now as a businessman, not your brother. As a businessman, you want the lowest wage worker you can get and have the highest production. That's how you make the money.
Take your little money, your little receipt up to the desk. Right?
Working from home also changed everything because you can get people from overseas. Same thing. Doing work, you don't have to pay. So you really got to think about the world you're living in, Black people. So who you putting in office can't be on the fearmongering no more. But that's not getting it. Because one thing that the Democrat Party is doing is making sure to take care of immigrants coming across that border. Not the Black ones. Because we remember Haiti. They grabbed the Haitians and sent they behind right back to Haiti.
Immediately.
So you can't say the Haitians coming over here taking all the jobs.
Nope.
You can't say the Ghanaians and the Nigerians and all the different people are coming to take the job, but they're not.
It's fair.
The people that's taking your job, quote unquote, if you want to work for white folks, they can't take it. It's people south of the border. Guatemala, Nicaragua, El Salvador. I'm saying places like that. That's who's coming over. And you don't control, that's why I go back again. Yes, we built America, but we don't control nothing in America. So we don't control immigration.
Nope.
Neither are we lining up to sign up for them jobs to work on the border either.
It'd be like if Black people control the border.
So we're not even nowhere near the situation and how they coming in.
pay some good
It's a
money.
big business to get people here in this country illegal.
People
People making a bag all the way around making a bag.
The group principles. I just got I hold the business.
But us as black people, if we don't get together, we unify, we don't step our game up with skilled trades. If we're gonna go to college, get something that is needed. That you can't just get somebody across the border to do. Listen, they can't get somebody across the border to be a doctor. They can't get nobody just across the border to be a radiology tech.
That might be like the federales.
You know, I'm talking about something with a skill. Black people start focusing on a skill. Because you don't have a skill, you will be left behind. Now, individual black people will be okay. There's going to be some black people who live very, very good in America and throughout the world because they saw what was already coming and they prepared themselves. Some people may say, you know what, y'all can have that nest. I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to my other house. I got somewhere else. I got me a place in Turks and Caicos. I got me a place in freaking Ghana. I got me a place in South Africa. I got a place in Suriname. I'm going somewhere with black folks. I'm just not dealing with these people.
I think you did.
Y'all can have it. Some people gonna say that, and at this point of the game, that would be wise. Because one thing rich people have is multiple passports. They have multiple homes, multiple bank accounts.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, y'all. Phil. We're gonna move on to the next topic.
Provide a quality education right there on that, which is the straight truth. Because, what are we going to do, family? What are we going to do? We don't control the border. We don't control shit. What are we going to do?
Right.
We just can't let them fearmonger us and hold on to your vote.
Right. So the next topic is another mass shooting happened yesterday in Allen, Texas.
Again.
Just outside of Allen, Texas. I don't know where that is.
Allen, Texas is banging this week, man. It's lit up, literally. This week.
Where Allen, Texas is.
Oh.
I know it's in Texas. Oh, it's near Dallas, yeah. Okay, so 8 killed, 7 injured in shooting at Allen Outlet Mall near Dallas. It's no video. This is an article.
Yeah.
At least 8 people died and 7 others remain hospitalized after a gunman opened fire at the Allen Premium Outlets outside Dallas on Saturday afternoon. The gunman was also dead, officials said. The big picture: there have been 199 mass shootings in the U.S. this year. I think we just hit 200 today. As of May 6th, as of May 7th, we're at 200, according to Gun Violence Archive. Last month, there were mass shootings at the Louisville Bank, which killed 5 and injured multiple others, and at Nashville School, which killed 6, including 3 children. 5 people in a small Texas town died in another mass shooting in late April. Driving the news. Police believe the shooter, who was killed at the scene by a police officer, acted alone. The investigation remains open and active. Around 3:35 p.m., an Allen police officer responded to an unrelated call at the outlets, heard gunfire, and tracked down where the guns were coming from, where the shots were coming from. The officer then fatally shot the shooter. Allen Police Chief Brian Harvey said, apparently there's video. Video reportedly taken during the shooting Saturday shows people running away from the mall's parking lot as several gunshots rang out. 7 people, including the gunman, died at the scene, police said. 2 more people died at the hospital. As of Saturday night, meaning last night, 3 people were in critical condition and 4 people were in stable condition, per police. Of note, officials also didn't give details on the ages of the victims, but the AP reported that Medical City Healthcare treated 8 of the victims, ranging from ages 5 to 61. What they're saying: this is a tragic day for the city of Allen. Allen Mayor Ken Folk said. He added that condolences have poured in from all over the world, including the White House and Governor Gray Abbott, Republican. Our hearts are with the people of Allen, Texas tonight during this unspeakable tragedy, Abbott said in a statement. First and foremost, we need to keep the families impacted by the tragedy in our prayers. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. We will never know how many lives were saved by the swift response. Oh, now it's a swift response. By the swift response of our first responders, said U.S. Representative Keith Shelf, a Republican whose district includes Allen. Flashback. Yes, let's flash back. Flashback. Nearly a year ago, a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers in a Uvalde, Texas elementary school. Robb Elementary, yeah. Family members of the victims were pressing the Republican-controlled Texas legislature to tighten gun restrictions. But with less than a month into the end of the legislative session, those bills are languishing. What's next? Harvey said the police are still investigating the Allen shooting. The Bureau of Tobacco, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, Dallas Field Division, is among the agencies helping with the investigation. Allen police asked that anyone with information about the shooting leave a tip at 1-800-CALL FBI. Fuck no.
Fuck that. Right. And it said right here, vast majority, this is the stupidest shit I ever read right here. Vast majority of Americans believe mass shootings are preventable. Well, of course they are. Don't go outside with your fucking pistol.
Have witnessed the shooting.
Right. That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Okay.
I was like, it's preventable? Of course it's preventable.
No, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. And then next week it'll be forgive, forgive, forgive.
I was hoping Shabaka was going to be up for this one.
Get the video though, baby. Right next to that one, that's the video. Ooh, shit. Shoddy camera. Damn.
Easy get in the car. Shots rang out. Everybody's running for their lives.
Yeah, it's like bah, 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 bah. It sounds like a regular handgun.
Thoughts and prayers.
Right.
I mean, thoughts and prayers. I mean,
like, well, yeah. What can we say to that? I mean, yeah. Do you think as much as we would listen to our headphones, we would even heard that shit?
Yeah, you can still hear gunshots.
Do you think we would have heard that? Like, we'd just be engrossed in our music. Like, I'd be like, why are those people running?
So, we're gonna move on to the next topic, and that is Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Thompson, says we owe reparations.
Oh, that motherfucker.
But doesn't say who we owe. Now we owe.
Oh my God.
He's a Republican too.
Naturally.
So he's the new Herman Cain.
This is a motherfucker. It's like the hot mic moments of the century.
Yeah, I remember how they did Herman Cain.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lisa Cabrera.
She providing quality education too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lieutenant Governor
That's the same face you make when you're taking
North Carolina.
He's proud.
And he has made some very interesting comments
I would never
recently that made it into the media.
Who's
and
that smash?
One thing
He's
I
only
noticed
2 years older than me. What is he doing with a gray beard?
with Black
He's not in the Silver
Republicans,
Fox Club.
and I know
Look at all that
Democrats
shit.
are
He's doing a good
idiots
job
too.
shaving at the
You
bottom.
don't have to point that out to me. But I'm on
He's
Republicans
only
right
38.
now. Stay with me now.
Damn.
Because I know many of you will veer off to something else. Stay with me on this Black Republican thing.
Okay.
I noticed
Just because you asked.
a standing pattern with
I would
Black
trade up
Republicans.
just because of that.
No, it's a
Whenever
pattern
you
too.
got a voice and you can address the public, whether it's on social media, mainstream
Like, that is
media,
cliche,
in
but
a
what happened to the
newspaper
bottom half?
article, I noticed
Look how cliche
Black
we say this, but look how
Republicans
shabby the beard is.
love to heavily attack the Black community. I see this consistency. Look, the consistency is here on YouTube. Look at all these Black conservative channels.
The Hodgins
Just
twins,
insult Black people, insult Black people, insult Black
Charleston
people.
White,
You look at
Candace Owens,
a political pundit, insult Black people, insult Black people. And so is that a prerequisite to be a Black Republican?
Crispy.
Because I'm starting to think it is. Because you all consistently do this. Even the ones that are sitting in elective office, like Tim Scott, same thing. Insult Black people, insult Black people, insult Black people. Do y'all have any other message? You know, historically, that has been the message in the political party since the inception of politics in America.
Not great.
Run on hating on those Negroes. And they have not wavered from this in centuries. So if you're a Black Republican, come on, pop on in the comment section. Is that a prerequisite to being in a GOP party when you're Black? Always, constantly come and attack your own people. I would just love to know your opinion. And I'm sure if you're like any other of the Black Republicans I've seen, it'll probably be filled with more insults. So let's get into this story.
Let's get into it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this man ain't going to disappoint you one bit. This is North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. He is running for governor of North Carolina. And yes, he is filled with insults for the Black community. But he said that LGBTQ was filthy. And the Jewish community is always filled with conspiracies. Now, I want you to hear what he came out and said about Black people being owed for slavery. Now, back in 2021, Robinson tried out another target, Black folks. But, you know, like I said, all of these were GOP candidates and politicians and pundits and people out here that got blogs and everything. They have an endless attack on Black people. So let's get into this. He held the North Carolina Republican Party state convention that Blacks were not owed reparations or anything for hundreds of years of slavery and discrimination. So he said, not only are you as a Black person not due reparations, you should not even get nothing because you were discriminated against. This is what this porky Negro got up on his platform to say. So if you want to tell the truth about it, he said, it is you. He's saying the Black community owes money.
He won't say who we owe.
We should not receive anything, but we owe.
But he won't say who
this is what he shouted this, telling the audience about what he claimed was a conversation with a liberal. Why do you owe? He said, because someone was whipped for us in the slave field or had to walk through Jim Crow for us. Actually, many people, and I'm one of them, believe we are still in Jim Crow because within the legal system and the courts, we are still not treated fairly.
Right.
And look at how many people the U.S. legal system put in jail that are innocent. It's still Jim Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Let us leave aside our ancestors, and certainly not us, did not create those inhumane situations. Let's also leave aside the people, like my parents, walked through Jim Crow. So what's the justification for not paying them reparations under Robinson's own logic? What Robinson said is insulting on so many levels, but that's the point. And see, it's all about grabbing the attention of the white supremacists within his party. And see, that's why Candace Owens does what she do, Larry Elders, David Clark, all of these YouTubers out here with Republican channels. You don't care about your people. You care about grabbing the attention of white supremacists. So let's move on. He also can lob racism at Black people, effectively putting blackface on the racism because it appeals to the same people who believe hateful things about not only the Black community, but they're talking about Jews and LGBTQ, because this man had disdain for them as well. So yes, African Americans can say racist things about African Americans. Yep, and y'all prove that every single day on your platforms. Yep,
Get 'em, Lisa.
Black Republicans do. You prove it every day. So the rapper formerly known as Kanye West once said slavery was a choice. That's racist, no matter who says it. While no one knows what the former Kanye West is doing, Mark Robinson has a specific audience in mind that he launches his campaign to. So if you're that audience, perhaps you'll know why. So he said, Black people are not owed reparations. Black people should be paying reparations.
Wow.
So y'all, like I said, it just seems to be a pattern that we see with many of these melanated people in the GOP, especially when they're running for office. They first always want you to know how much they will distance themselves from the Black community. That's why you got Tim Scott out here telling his
Uncle Tim Scott
constituents, America is not a racist country, because he's not trying to bond with the community. He's trying to bond with them folks, y'all.
That is the most atrocious shit I've heard.
Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
So nosy.
What do we always say? Or Professor Black Truth always said, white supremacy always breaks their tools.
And they work two sides of the same argument.
So this motherfucker here, he's just a tool.
That shit is stupid. And you know what? I bet his black ass won't be right up front trying to get reparations, though. You know what I mean? I'm sure he gonna find some family, some descendants somewhere, and be right up there in line with everybody else.
He don't
deserve
they're
talking shit, and for that he should get his motherfucking check revoked and give him to the poor. You know what I mean? And sure his ass will. I'm sure he'll like that. But he'll be spitting that type of bullshit when reparations is avidly happening. His black ass gonna be right there with his hand out, talking about where am I?
Yeah, where my check at?
Where my check at? See, that's what I don't understand.
Remember, you denounced your check. You said we owe, but you didn't say who we owe though.
Yeah,
I wish I had the video of him saying the stupid shit, but we're down to the last two topics, Black family. That's the Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. So the sweeps continue. Mayor Michael Cancun is not stopping in his last month or two in office. Sweeps still continue. And the people that make the runoff are not going to stop the sweeps either. So there's going to be more traumatic displacements. And now one of my relatives is unhoused. So now I try to get them housed.
Which one?
Dante. So that's the update on that, unless Lady Che has some.
Well, I do a little bit. Me and Jesse, we had a couple weeks where I'm gonna say this, I didn't get the notice until like the last day of the sweep, or the last day that they were going to.
Welcome back, Shabaka.
Oh, look, Shabaka's back.
Yeah. No, I've been here all along.
Shabaka, you was snoring like no tomorrow. I was like, Shabaka.
So we just let you check out your nap.
Okay, let's get your thoughts, Shabaka, on that goddamn.
Okay, he needs to be shot in his ass, man, straight out. Okay, because that is the most asinine thing that I ever said. Okay, and then he says we owe reparations, but he does not know who we owe the reparations to. First, see, that's non sequitur. Okay, so another Uncle Tim Scott, another Larry Elders, Leo Terrell, brain dead motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't know which way is up. You know, he's an appeaser. He's one of them type of Negroes that Sister Harriet Tubman would have kicked off the planet, because the only thing he's saying, we can't go up there and leave Massa. What's better than what we got here? You see, and that's a syndrome. That's a sickness, and that there's more reason for reparations when you have him, guys like him, Elder, Tim Scott, Candace Owens, and what have you. That those individuals show the true damage that has happened to us as a people through the Ma'afa, as Dr. Marimbani calls it, and the transatlantic slave trade. You see, it's because, keep in mind, this stuff went on for a long time. And, we only been, quote unquote, released from slavery 150 years, but mentally we have gone deeper into it and regressed 150 years. When you hear shit like that, all these are just ass scratchers, yassa bosses, coons. They're going up there appealing, the master, think master's going to bring them on there, up there to the big house, more or less. And then when it comes down to it, their black asses are going to be thrown out there, to the wolves like the rest of us. You see, I mean, and the sad part about it is not only is it sad, these people are dangerous.
Yeah, it's like I said though, Shabaka, when it comes down to reparations and everybody standing in line, his ass is gonna be right there with us, and he denounced.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said we owe. Like, is he's smoking major mother, and like the best crack, okay? The best crack. He's fucking out his goddamn mind. Like, when it comes time
okay, send that fool our phone number to Tuesday's night show. Okay, invite him on and we'll have him for lunch.
That motherfucker's stupid. Yeah. I wish he would take it.
No, well, see, he's beyond stupid. The man is mentally ill.
That motherfucker come with his Bible and like 8 descendants of his family and talk about we owed reparations now. And I'll be like,
when I was telling you about towing the line?
Yeah, I'm like, hell no. Yeah. You denounced it, and then you basically said, well, who the fuck you owe reparations to? If by my count, reparations is owed not just in the United States, but we can start just mobbing around the continent to continent to continent, country to country. So after this, you know what I mean? So
yes, so you're colonizer. Actually, what we need to do is like how they got these international monetary funds. They need to set up a Pan-African monetary fund where we deal in our own currency. You see what I mean? Now, you're going to need an economist on that, and I would like to hear some explanation from Professor P.L.O. Lumumba about how such a thing that should be done is because, we got the resources We produced the wealth. You see what I'm saying? All we got to do was resurrect the mental dead. You see? Let's say, because a lot of these Negroes are mentally dead, and that there really proves the point right there. You know, just like Joy Reid, you know, just like
who the hell we owe.
Right, that way we can really tell you our natural ass. Like, he's fucking stupid.
Oh yeah.
Stupid.
Okay,
like,
well you see,
Crack Rock Man is a magical motherfucking unicorn because some of these motherfuckers done lost their damn mind. Like, their ears must be ringing. They must be hearing bells. Like, that's that good crack they smoking over there.
They told him, you better toe the line, Negro.
Toe the line. That's a toe the line.
yeah.
Means. I ain't never towing the line. I ain't never told
no.
Paymasters told him to say that dumb shit.
No, it had to be. Had to be.
Jesse tell me one day, I said, should I choose a party? I was asking these questions. You know, thinking about the run for state council. He said, no. He said, they're going to make you toe the line. You don't know how to listen to nobody, right? And I was like, damn, you got a good point. And then he's like, I said, what that mean? And then he tried to explain this, what he was explaining. I was like, shit, you can't get white people to tell me shit. Let alone to say something that fucking disruptive. It's
they're
like,
going to nominate you. They're going to want you to toe the line.
Toe the line. I was like, man, I guess I ain't going to really just bring the fucking, you know, there's no way I'm going to win because I know how to toe the line.
You got to represent the whole party. You're not just representing yourself or your interests. You got to represent the whole goddamn party. That's why it's best to
I'm going to be independent because I can't do it because I barely have conversations with them now. But I think that, like, they're slow. There's a lot of slow talking going on. I can't handle it. I'm like, that's Jesse. You know for a fact how I can't talk to you. Like, when he's talking to me, I'm just looking up like.
And then they'll send Khadijah to you. And I'm like, Khadijah be like, yeah, we'll support you, but you know what you got to do.
And I'm like, I don't know. Because I was like, Khadijah, I don't want to have to tell you I can't do it.
That's the one, Shabaka from that CWPA, that was like,
yeah,
dark money.
Oh, yeah, I was clapping for that sister, too, real hard. Because, you know, the Browns don't like me. The Browns really don't like me at all. And they were having a whole thing. And she's like, I take dark money. And I was like, say it, sister, say it. Say it, right?
All black women for police.
I don't care what anybody thinks. I was like, that's right, sister. Go ahead and tell us the whole time.
Like, is the faces, but the agenda is.
But nobody ever admitted taking dark money before. So I was like, oh shit, it's about to get wild right now. It's about to get lit. I was like, say it, sister. Say it with your chest.
So Lady Che is a for.
Well, we have a reason for that, and a lot of good that did us, right?
Okay, that she's running for city council of the city of Aurora.
Yeah, they had each other. What was it? Colorado Black
Women for
Black political action, some shit, right? But these probably don't like me. They're real boule,
They are
and they want you to. They want like when Jesse was running, they were like, oh, we ain't gonna support you right now. You're not ready. Like this.
Yeah.
Sadiddy.
Yeah, they were touchy-feely over there with Jesse. But yeah, they didn't want to endorse him.
Yeah, because I know I wasn't going to total. I know goddamn Democrat.
Yeah, I was like, I said,
right.
Been a Democrat are long gone. I haven't been a Democrat in over 13 years.
Yeah, I haven't been a Democrat in over 10 years.
13.
20, what was that? Since Obama's second term.
And then two, I didn't like how Democrats were trying to fearmonger us into voting. They send little messages like, the last time you voted.
Your report card.
Yeah.
Your report card. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Well, hell, here's one for you. They told me that they tried to send me a damn jury duty summons out of San Joaquin County,
they did
and I
me,
said,
but I got it after the fact.
and they said, and they said, I said, well, wait a minute. how you sending me a jury duty summons? Okay, when I haven't voted since 2020. Oh, well, we don't get it off the voter roll no more. What we do is we get it off of other public records. And I said, oh, and I says, well, check this out.
They get it off your voter rolls. They get it off your. They go to the DMV. Pull up all the information. They're real conniving when it comes to that shit. Because they're talking about,
okay,
you're randomly selected, and then you go
and I just
a couple of questions, and if you don't give them the answer that they want to hear, you're off the jury.
Yeah.
Off the jury. Well,
okay. Well, I already told them. I called them up and told them. I just said, hey, look, I can't do it. Just a matter of moral conscience. And then on top of it, you have to thank, the Rampart scandal behind that is because the district attorney was in on fact.
I actually wanted to serve on that jury because it was a sister, and the sister had an issue. It was similar to what happened to Kanye West's mom. She went to have breast reduction or something, and
don't be trying to take the tatas away, ladies.
And they did malpractice, and she was suing them, and they needed a jury, and I wanted to serve on that jury because I was like, man, that's not right how they treated that sister.
Yeah, that's not right.
And,
right.
They said, are you a student? I said, yep. What are you studying in school? Criminal justice. No. Well, no. You have a good day, Mr. Paris.
Yeah, because
in other words, they don't want people who know what they're doing. See.
Yep, and that's really
what that was.
Don't be messing around with the jiggly wigglies, dude. Unless you got a lump or something. Don't be messing around with them. Don't do that. God made you.
Don't get her sexy back. That's what Kanye West's mom said. I'm going to get my sexy back. No, like Don Lemon told them women on that show, you're past your prime.
Tell what Don Lemon said some misogyny.
Well, he told me that they passed their prime.
They passed their prime. You're such a hater. But that's like telling a man. That's like telling a man when you get older, don't go and lift the walnuts up or nothing. You're past your prime. That's horrible. That's horrible shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm all for lifting the walnuts up a little bit if it make you happy.
Wow.
Like women's childbearing age after 40s, it's a wrap.
Should be 45 should be the cap because I think that women who still can give birth up to 45, 50. But after that, you should really wrap it up. It should be a wrap. But 45 is good. My mama, my mama, what I tell you is my mama, she had her kid at 40. And she's still alive, well, and doing really well. She's 70 years old. How many brothers, the older cats that shelled out a kid at 50 years old?
60.
She pregnant.
I know when I was 60, he had a kid. He was like your age, Shabaka. He had a newborn.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, he's in debt for the rest of his life.
You ain't gonna live to see that baby go graduate from high school. Come on, man.
Well, he got a good couple years.
Everybody got a damn prime.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when his prime.
But
don't tell a man he's old.
Don't tell a man. I'm like, hey, look, baby, you
want to get a black man. Don't tell a black man.
You want to get the walnuts lifted
Don't tell him that he's old. Shit, man, these fools better recognize though. They know they old. They're just in denial. Aches, pains.
My stepfather, he was old. He would punch him in his motherfucking face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you gonna tell a woman she's old? How does that work? That's terrible.
Women, I mean, everybody has their prime.
And what if a woman says prime though? Wouldn't that hurts feelings too?
I would laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, we always pass my
right. That's could be the new. That's We just gotta adapt to that that mindset.
Oh, it literally
You
laughed.
passed your prom. I'm like, your mama. There's a crazy that. I'm like, shit.
But for child rearing, yeah, there's a fine for that.
Mm-hmm.
Women can't be having kids.
Yeah.
Years old.
No, I'll say like 45. That's my cap.
Yeah, 45.
My cap is 45. After that, it's a wrap. I'm sorry for your bad luck. Like, it's a cap. No.
All right, so did you have an update on any Unhoused neighbor news? What's happening?
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, last I checked, Karen Bass, out there in Los Angeles, was that they are doing sweeps and whatnot. She had also allegedly had went up there and tried to get funding, to house some of the homeless in Los Angeles in the amount of about $2.1 billion, I believe. So she did that. Information that I came across, it'd be very interesting to see, how would it be dispersed. Now, when you say getting them housing, what are you talking about? Are you getting them flea bag places? You know what I'm saying? Like you have in downtown Los Angeles, are you getting them single residence occupancy, or are you going out here, building more affordable housing? Now, what they have done, in Oakland, is that they did put up a whole lot of affordable housing, and this here was right around at the time of when Oscar Grant was killed, around 2009 and what have you. Because traveling through Oakland, I did see them take vacant lots, put affordable housing on them. And then, of course, since the Alameda County complex no longer has any tenants because the Raiders are gone, the Warriors are gone, the Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas. So probably what they need to do is tear down all that shit over there and rebuild it up for some affordable housing, and not so much for the citizens of Oakland, but for those, in the whole state of California. You see what I mean? It was, yes, because I do know they changed mayors there because Libby Schaff is no longer the mayor. They have a mayor, Thao now, THO, or Mayor Dow, and she fired Oakland police chief, another Charlie Batch type individual. You know who Charles Batch was, right?
I believe so, but refresh my memory.
Okay, Charles Batch got fired as the Oakland police chief. Then he became the police commissioner in Baltimore during the Freddie Gray case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's and then from what I understand, that the commissioner. Yeah, and then from what I understand, the commissioner, is higher than the chief. You see what I mean? And I think is kind of like is that the commissioner's policy and the chief is personnel. You'll see if I got it right. I might be wrong on that. But however, the city of Oakland, their police department has a whole lot of issues. Lapdogs have a whole lot of issues. Actually, all the policing agencies in the state of California have a whole lot of issues, particularly when it comes to us. And that's the more reason I'm going to tell the state of California is that, not only is the reparations needed and it is owed to us, but also, too, your race soldiers are descendants of slave catchers. Okay? Is what they are. So, all this all-inclusiveness shit, that vice president is trying to talk about, that's a sham. That's leading straight down the toilet is what it's doing. I mean, when you go out there, when you travel through Oakland, you see, black men out there homeless, messed up. Same thing in Los Angeles. I'm talking about mainly black males now. Okay. San Francisco is the same way, but over in San Francisco, you have to be careful.
Yeah, I heard one of them high schools in Chicago, they're trying to house illegal immigrants here.
Oh, yeah. No, that's sad.
They should do. They definitely should do something with that goddamn Coliseum. Like that's ridiculous. And they closed down an encampment that was off the 80 that I was 808
Mm-hmm.
off the 880 that I
Yeah.
was talking about. Because the Minister William King had live streamed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 880 that runs north and south on the Oakland side. Okay, they used to call it the Nimitz Freeway. It's because you had an admiral during World War II by the name of Nimitz, and then of course, as you know, all the Navy ships for World War II were stationed over there off of Frisco Bay and San Diego, so they used to call it the Nimitz Highway or the Nimitz Freeway, but it's the 880. And another thing too is that what they could do in Oakland with that Oakland Alameda County complex, is turn all that into affordable housing. Okay.
Yeah, appreciate
And
Go ahead,
huh?
Shabbat. We were just shouting out the viewers.
Oh, okay. All right. And then what they could do is take that Oakland Alameda County complex, you know what I'm saying? Tear down Oakland Coliseum, tear down the complex, because the Warriors no longer play there. The Raiders is gone, the A's is gone, and rebuild it for affordable housing. You see, because it's right by the transportation, of the BART. Also, too, it's right there by the Oakland airport. People want to go there and try to get jobs and things of that nature as well too, you see. And then another thing what they need to do is that when these rich people get caught cheating on their taxes, now this is something that the hide and binds are not going to go for. The dump and and his crew of shit, they're not going to go for it either. But when them crooks cheat on their taxes and get busted, seize all their property, turn it into immediately housing, for the unhoused. I'm talking about particularly the mansions and what have you. And then they need to go there and seize that mansion up there in Topanga Canyon, which is a section of the city of Los Angeles from them Black Lives Matters chicks, okay, and turn that there into a homeless encampment. Now, if they doing something housing the homeless up there, from LA Skid Row, okay, great. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Even if they house 4 or 5 people up there, at least they could say, well, we're doing something for the homeless. But if they went out there and scammed everybody with that shit, to get that damn mansion, then it needs to be seized from them. Topanga Canyon is one of the most exclusive areas in Los Angeles you could live. That's like Bel Air. That's where all your movie stars and actors and actors are. You know what I'm saying? That's also parts of LA, where they promise these prostitutes you're going to be a big star by going off in these porn flicks. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the ghetto gagger.
Yeah, exactly. And then, then they thrown out, after they used up like trash, and then they be out there back homeless again. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Hollywood is vicious.
Yeah. All right, so we're about to close out the show. Lady Ted, do you have anything else to say about the Unhoused?
No, we're gonna be. Hopefully, we'll be going to sweep this week. Hopefully, we know already where it's gonna be. So I just gotta check with the email. It's usually in the same spot. So I'm gonna be patrolling a lot lately because I've been wanting fresh air. So tomorrow I'm gonna be in the area and I'll probably be scoping out some zone. Maybe I'll see some signs or whatever. Meet with the family out there. It's already unhoused. I have a doctor's appointment in the same area. So, well, not really a doctor's appointment, but I'm going to the doctor. I don't know. And that, thank you for watching. And join us on Tuesday for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced at 7 p.m. Which is what? Yeah, 7 p.m., right?
Yeah, 7 p.m. Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain Time.
And
then 6 p.m. Pacific and 9 p.m. in the East.
And then I'm gonna do an RVA this week too, and I think my show's probably gonna be on Thursday. Wednesdays and Thursdays, Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided yet what day, but my schedule usually is clear on Wednesday or Thursday. So. And then Friday for Shabaka's Grand Rising with Shabaka, and then Saturday is obviously Front Line Blacc News, and this week we're probably gonna do a little fundraising on all of our broadcasts, because we need to pay for all streaming platforms. So thank you, and
Yeah.
stay black, stay dangerous, stay highly favored, and keep your ass out the street.
Oh yeah, and by the way, if you hear gunfire, hit the deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. At least
That's the only thing I know.
if you're a man, help your broad out the window. Don't let her help you out the window and save your life. I mean, Jesus Christ, who does that? Like, we see a whole bunch of atrocious shit.
Yeah, it's been a very eventful 2 weeks.
Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then I advocate that every. Okay, say it again.
Give us your closing statement.
Oh yes, sir. Like the referee says, protect yourself at all times. Race first, like Dr. Garvey said. We must turn our backs on ass scratchers like that Reynolds dude did, that lieutenant governor of South Carolina. We got to turn our backs on ass.
Right, that motherfucker's straight.
Yeah, and Larry Elders, Leo Terrell, those type of Negroes, we got to turn our backs on them. And definitely check us out on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Tuesday night. Look to Facebook, look to the Tweety Bird, visit our like page on Facebook, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. And we were going to be discussing the Reparations Conference that was up there in Oakland, California. 2 days ago, and to get and then let everybody call in, and the number to call in is 516-418-5996, and we're still waiting on you Biden supporters to call in, and try to convince us of why should we waste our time with this old bastard who does not have our best interest at heart.
All right.
All right.
For joining us, Shabaka. I think
okay, thank you for having me.
It's on right now.
Who's on now?
Black Power Radio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dynamite and them. Yeah, let's give them a call. All right. Yeah, let's give them a call.
Yeah, we're behind on our podcast diet, so we gotta catch up right now.
But thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of the Front Line Blacc News, Season 3. We're in the third season now. Episode 5, Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back next
week.
Right. Later on this week on Saturday with a brand new episode. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to all of our platforms. Frontline Blacc News, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Twitter, and the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. Peace, love, light, and separations, and empowerment. Yeah. See y'all Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Always.